Imagine a world where the secret to vibrant, healthy aging was hidden in plain sight, right there on your dinner plate. Picture Sarah, a spirited 68-year-old grandmother who, just a year ago, struggled to keep up with her energetic grandchildren during their weekly park outings. She'd find herself out of breath, her legs aching, and her spirits dampened by the constant reminder of her advancing years. Sarah's story isn't unique. It's one shared by millions of older adults worldwide who find themselves grappling with the challenges of aging, wondering if the best years of their lives are behind them. But what if I told you that Sarah's life took a remarkable turn, all because of 6 ordinary foods she decided to add to her daily meals? It sounds almost too simple to be true, doesn't it? Have you ever wondered if the foods you eat could actually turn back the clock on aging, giving you the strength, energy, and vitality you thought were lost to time? The answer might surprise you. Yes, they absolutely can. And the best part? These aren't exotic superfoods from far-off lands or expensive supplements that promise miracles. They're everyday items you can find in your local grocery store, foods that have been quietly nourishing bodies for generations. In this video, we're going to explore the incredible power of these 6 foods and how they can transform your health as you age. But before we dive in, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Michael Carter, a specialist in healthy aging, and I've spent my career helping countless patients like Sarah rediscover their zest for life through simple, science-backed solutions. Now, you might be thinking, Dr. Carter, I've heard all this before. Eat your vegetables, exercise more, it's the same old advice, and you're right, to a point. We all know that a healthy diet is important. But what if I told you that specific foods could target the very processes that make us feel old? That by adding just a handful of carefully chosen ingredients to your meals, you could combat muscle loss, strengthen your bones, boost your energy, and even sharpen your mind. This isn't about restrictive diets or giving up the foods you love. It's about making small, enjoyable additions to your meals that can lead to big changes in how you feel and function. It's about empowering you with knowledge that can help you take control of your health and well-being as you age. Let's go back to Sarah for a moment. After incorporating these 6 foods into her diet, she noticed changes she never thought possible. Within weeks, she felt stronger. Her usual afternoon fatigue began to fade. And most surprisingly, she found herself not just keeping up with her grandchildren at the park, but actually joining in their games. The joy on her face as she chased her giggling granddaughter around the playground was a testament to the profound impact these simple dietary changes had made. But Sarah's story is just the beginning. Throughout this video, you'll hear from other individuals who've experienced similar transformations. Like John, a 72-year-old retired teacher who rediscovered his passion for gardening after years of being sidelined by joint pain. Or Maria, a 65-year-old artist whose renewed energy and mental clarity led to a late career renaissance in her work. These stories aren't anomalies or miracles. They're the result of understanding how our bodies change as we age and giving them exactly what they need to thrive. It's about working with your body, not against it, and harnessing the power of nutrition to support healthy aging from the inside out. As we explore each of these 6 foods, we'll delve into the science behind their benefits, breaking down complex nutritional concepts into easy-to-understand information. You'll learn not just what to eat, but why these foods are so powerful and how to incorporate them into your daily life in delicious and practical ways. But this video is more than just a list of foods to add to your shopping cart. It's an invitation to reimagine what aging can look like. It's a challenge to the notion that declining health and vitality are inevitable parts of growing older. And most importantly, it's a roadmap to help you write your own story of vibrant, healthy aging. So, are you ready to discover these 6 everyday superfoods that could change your life? Are you curious to learn how simple changes to your diet could lead to more energy, stronger muscles, and a renewed sense of well-being? Then settle in, because we're about to embark on a journey that could transform the way you think about food aging, and your own potential for health and happiness in your golden years. Remember, it's never too late to make a positive change in your health. Whether you're in your 60s, 70 seconds, 80 seconds, or beyond, the foods we're about to discuss have the power to make a real difference in how you feel and function. So let's get started on this exciting journey towards a healthier, more vibrant you. Your best years might just be ahead of you, and they could start with your very next meal. As we dive into our first superstar food for healthy aging, let's talk about something that might seem too simple to be true: leafy greens. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Dr. Carter, are you really telling me that spinach is going to change my life? Well, let me share a little secret with you. Sometimes the most powerful changes come from the simplest places. Let's take a moment to travel back in time to 1929. It was in this year that a beloved cartoon character, Popeye the Sailor Man, first appeared in comic strips. Popeye, with his can of spinach, became an unlikely advocate for the power of leafy greens. While we might chuckle at the idea of instant muscles from a can of spinach, there's more truth to Popeye's power food than you might think. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are nutritional powerhouses that can have a profound impact on your health as you age. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support everything from bone health to muscle function. But here's where it gets really interesting. These humble greens can actually help combat one of the biggest challenges of aging: sarcopenia. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength as we age, affects millions of older adults worldwide. In fact, studies show that after the age of 30, we lose about 3-5 of our muscle mass per decade. But here's the empowering part: this isn't an inevitable part of aging. With the right nutrition, including a healthy dose of leafy greens, we can slow down and even reverse some of this muscle loss. Take Margaret, for example. At 75, she had resigned herself to needing help with everyday tasks like carrying groceries or climbing stairs. Her doctor suggested she start incorporating more leafy greens into her diet, aiming for at least one serving a day. Skeptical but willing to try, Margaret started adding spinach to her morning smoothies and enjoying a side salad with dinner. Within just a few months, Margaret noticed a difference. She felt stronger, more stable on her feet. Tasks that once left her winded now felt manageable. It wasn't a miracle, it was the power of consistent, small changes adding up to significant improvements. But what exactly makes leafy greens so special? Well, it's a combination of factors. First, they're rich in vitamin K, which plays a crucial role in bone health. As we age, our bones can become more fragile, increasing the risk of fractures. Vitamin K helps direct calcium to where it's needed most in our bones, helping to keep them strong and resilient. Then there's magnesium, another mineral found abundantly in leafy greens. Magnesium is essential for muscle function and energy production. If you've ever experienced leg cramps or that heavy, fatigued feeling in your muscles, low magnesium could be part of the problem. By incorporating more leafy greens into your diet, you're giving your muscles the support they need to function optimally. But the benefits don't stop there. Leafy greens are also packed with antioxidants, compounds that help protect your cells from damage. This is particularly important as we age, because oxidative stress, the damage caused by free radicals in our body, is thought to be one of the key factors in the aging process. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Dr. Carter, I've never been a fan of vegetables. How am I supposed to start eating them now? Well, here's where we get creative. You don't need to sit down to a big bowl of plain spinach to reap the benefits. Try blending some kale into a fruit smoothie. I promise you won't even taste it. Or saute some Swiss chard with garlic and olive oil for a delicious side dish. The key is to find ways to incorporate these greens that you genuinely enjoy. Remember, this isn't about overhauling your entire diet overnight. It's about making small, sustainable changes that can lead to big improvements in your health over time. Start with adding just one serving of leafy greens to your day and see how you feel. You might be surprised at the difference it can make. As we wrap up this section on leafy greens, I want to leave you with a thought to ponder. We often think of aging as a process of decline, of losing abilities and strength. But what if we could flip that narrative? What if, instead of seeing aging as a process of loss, we saw it as an opportunity for growth, for becoming stronger and more vibrant with each passing year? Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite way to enjoy leafy greens? Do you have a secret recipe that makes even the most vegetable-averse person ask for seconds? Share your tips and tricks in the comments below. You never know. Your idea might be just what someone else needs to start their journey to healthier aging. Now that we've explored the power of leafy greens, let's dive into our second superfood for healthy aging, lean protein. The connection between nutrition and aging is a fascinating field of study, and nowhere is this more evident than in the role protein plays in maintaining our strength and vitality as we grow older. Let's take a moment to consider a pivotal moment in the history of nutrition science. In 1905, a chemist named William Fletcher made a groundbreaking discovery. He found that removing certain components from food could lead to disease, laying the groundwork for our understanding of essential nutrients. This revelation sparked a century of research into how specific nutrients affect our health, culminating in our current understanding of protein's crucial role in healthy aging. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. This means that to maintain muscle mass and strength, older adults actually need more protein than their younger counterparts. It's a bit like trying to fill a bucket with a small hole in the bottom. You need to pour in more water to keep it full. But here's the empowering part. By understanding this process, we can take proactive steps to combat it. Enter our second superfood, lean protein sources like chicken, fish, lean beef, and plant-based options like lentils and tofu. Let me introduce you to Robert, a 70-year-old retiree who came to me feeling frustrated with his declining strength. He had always been active, enjoying long walks and gardening, but lately, he found himself tiring quickly and struggling with tasks that used to be easy. After assessing his diet, we realized he wasn't getting nearly enough protein. We worked together to increase his protein intake, focusing on incorporating lean sources throughout the day. Within a few months, Robert noticed a significant difference. He had more energy, felt stronger, and was back to enjoying his long walks and tending to his garden with renewed vigor. But why exactly is protein so crucial as we age? Well, it all comes down to muscle protein synthesis, the process by which our bodies build and repair muscle tissue. As we get older, this process becomes less efficient, which is why we need to be more intentional about our protein intake. Lean protein sources provide the essential amino acids our bodies need to maintain and build muscle mass. They're like the building blocks our bodies use to keep our muscles strong and functional. But it's not just about muscle strength. Adequate protein intake is also linked to better bone health, improved immune function, and even better cognitive performance as we age. Now, you might be wondering, how much protein do I actually need? While individual needs can vary, a good rule of thumb for older adults is to aim for about 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That's about 30% more than the recommendation for younger adults. But here's an important point. It's not just about how much protein you eat, but also when you eat it. Research suggests that spreading your protein intake evenly throughout the day is more effective for muscle maintenance than consuming it all in one meal. This means aiming for about 25 minus 30 grams of protein at each meal. Let's put this into perspective with some practical examples. A 3-ounce serving of chicken breast provides about 26 grams of protein. A cup of Greek yogurt offers around 20 grams. For our plant-based friends, a cup of cooked lentils contains about 18 grams of protein. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Dr. Carter, I'm not a big meat eater, or I find it hard to eat that much protein. Don't worry, there are plenty of ways to meet your protein needs. regardless of your dietary preferences. If you're not a fan of meat, options like fish, eggs, dairy, legumes, and tofu can all be excellent sources of protein. And if you struggle with appetite, smaller, more frequent protein-rich snacks or smoothies can be a great way to boost your intake. Remember, the goal isn't to completely overhaul your diet overnight. It's about making small, sustainable changes that can have a big impact on your health over time. Start by adding an extra serving of protein to one meal a day and see how you feel. You might be surprised at the difference it can make in your energy levels and overall strength. As we wrap up this section on lean protein, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking idea. We often think of aging as a time of inevitable decline, but what if we viewed it as a new chapter of growth and strength? By nourishing our bodies with the right nutrients, we have the power to write our own stories of vibrant, active aging. Now, I'm curious to hear from you. If you had to choose just one high-protein food to eat every day for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Share your choice in the comments below. Your answer might inspire someone else to try a new protein source. As we move on to our third superfood for healthy aging, let's talk about something that might surprise you with its simplicity and power: sweet potatoes. This humble root vegetable embodies a crucial principle in healthy aging: that sometimes the most effective changes are also the easiest to implement. The story of the sweet potato is a fascinating one, dating back thousands of years. Originating in Central and South America, this nutritious tuber has been a staple food for centuries. But it wasn't until the 16th century that sweet potatoes began their global journey, spreading to Europe, Africa, and Asia. Fast forward to 1943, during World War II, when sweet potatoes gained newfound importance in the United States. With food rationing in full swing, the government promoted sweet potatoes as a nutritious, easy-to-grow alternative to other staples. This historical context reminds us that sometimes the most powerful solutions are right under our noses, or in this case, under our feet. So, what makes sweet potatoes such a powerhouse for healthy aging? It all comes down to their unique nutritional profile and how easily they can be incorporated into our daily meals. Sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates, which provide a steady source of energy throughout the day. This is particularly important for older adults who may struggle with energy dips or fatigue. But the benefits don't stop there. Sweet potatoes are also packed with beta-carotene, which our bodies convert into vitamin A. This nutrient is crucial for maintaining healthy vision, supporting immune function, and even keeping our skin looking youthful. In fact, a medium-sized sweet potato provides over 400% of your daily vitamin A needs. Let me share a story about one of my patients, Elizabeth. At 78, Elizabeth found herself constantly tired and prone to catching every cold that went around. She was frustrated and felt like her declining health was an inevitable part of aging. We talked about simple dietary changes she could make, and I suggested adding sweet potatoes to her meals a few times a week. Elizabeth was skeptical at first. Could something so simple really make a difference? But she decided to give it a try. She started by simply swapping her regular baked potato for a sweet potato at dinner. To her surprise, she found she enjoyed the sweet, comforting flavor. Within a few weeks, she noticed she had more energy throughout the day. And as the months went by, she realized she was getting sick less often. Now, you might be thinking, Dr. Carter, that's great, but I'm not sure how to incorporate sweet potatoes into my diet. The beauty of sweet potatoes lies in their versatility. You can bake them, mash them, roast them, or even add them to smoothies for a nutrient boost. One of my favorite simple recipes is to slice a sweet potato into wedges, toss with a bit of olive oil and your favorite herbs, and roast in the oven for a delicious, healthy side dish. But there's more to the sweet potato story. These orange-hued vegetables are also rich in potassium, a mineral that becomes increasingly important as we age. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure, supports heart health, and can even help prevent muscle cramps, a common complaint among older adults. In fact, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2017 found that older adults who consumed more potassium-rich foods like sweet potatoes had a lower risk of stroke and other cardiovascular problems. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the simplest changes can have the most profound impacts on our health. Now, I want to address a concern I often hear from my patients. Many people worry that sweet potatoes are too high in carbohydrates, especially if they're watching their blood sugar. While it's true that sweet potatoes do contain carbs, they have a lower glycemic index than regular potatoes. This means they cause a slower, more gradual rise in blood sugar levels, making them a better choice for maintaining stable energy throughout the day. Moreover, the fiber content in sweet potatoes, about 4 grams in a medium-sized potato, helps slow down digestion and keeps you feeling full longer. This can be particularly beneficial for older adults who struggle with maintaining a healthy weight or managing diabetes. The key to incorporating sweet potatoes or any new food into your diet is to start small and be consistent. You don't need to eat them every day to reap the benefits. Even adding them to your meals 2 or 3 times a week can make a significant difference in your overall health and energy levels. As we wrap up this section on sweet potatoes, I want to emphasize the power of simplicity in making healthy changes. Often, we think that improving our health requires drastic measures or complicated diets. But the truth is, some of the most effective changes are also the easiest to implement. Adding a sweet potato to your plate a few times a week is a small step that can lead to big improvements in your health and vitality as you age. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's the smallest change you've made to your diet that's had the biggest impact on how you feel? It could be adding a new food, changing a cooking method, or even adjusting your meal timing. Share your experience in the comments below. Your simple change might be the inspiration someone else needs to take that first step towards healthier aging. As we move on to our 4th superfood for healthy aging, let's delve into the world of berries. But before we explore their benefits, it's crucial to understand the importance of scientific backing for nutritional claims. In an age where health information is abundant, but not always accurate, it's more important than ever to rely on solid scientific evidence. The study of nutrition has come a long way since its early days. In 1747, a groundbreaking experiment by James Lind, a Scottish physician, laid the foundation for modern nutritional science. Lind conducted one of the first controlled clinical trials, discovering that citrus fruits could prevent scurvy among sailors. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of our understanding of how specific foods can dramatically impact our health. Fast forward to the present day, and nutritional science has evolved into a sophisticated field, employing advanced research methodologies to uncover the intricate relationships between diet and health. When it comes to berries, the scientific evidence is particularly compelling, especially in the context of healthy aging. Let's start with a landmark study published in the Annals of Neurology in 2012. This research, involving over 16,000 women, found that those who consumed more blueberries and strawberries experienced slower cognitive decline as they aged. Specifically, the women who ate berries delayed cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years compared to those who ate fewer berries. This isn't just interesting trivia, it's a powerful indication of how dietary choices can influence our brain health as we age. But the benefits of berries extend far beyond cognitive function. A 2018 meta-analysis published in the European Journal of Nutrition examined 22 randomized controlled trials on berry consumption. The results were striking. Regular berry intake was associated with improvements in systolic blood pressure, LDL cholesterol, and body mass index. These are all crucial factors in maintaining cardiovascular health, which becomes increasingly important as we age. Now, you might be wondering, what makes berries so special? The answer lies in their rich content of bioactive compounds, particularly flavonoids. Flavonoids are a type of antioxidant that gives berries their vibrant colors. But they do much more than make berries look pretty. They play a crucial role in protecting our cells from oxidative stress and inflammation, two key factors in the aging process. Let me introduce you to Maria, a 72-year-old patient of mine who was concerned about her memory. She had noticed she was becoming more forgetful and was worried about developing dementia. After discussing her diet, we decided to incorporate a serving of mixed berries into her daily routine. We chose a variety of berries, blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries to maximize the range of beneficial compounds. After 6 months, Maria reported feeling more mentally sharp. She found it easier to remember names and dates, and she felt more confident in her cognitive abilities. While this is just one anecdotal example, it aligns with what scientific research has shown us about the potential cognitive benefits of regular berry consumption. But the story of berries and aging doesn't end with brain health. A 2016 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that strawberry consumption improved insulin sensitivity in overweight adults. This is particularly relevant for older adults, as insulin sensitivity tends to decrease with age, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Moreover, research published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry in 2019 demonstrated that blueberry consumption could improve vascular function in healthy men. The study found that consuming wild blueberries improved blood flow and reduced systolic blood pressure. These findings suggest that incorporating berries into our diet could play a role in maintaining cardiovascular health as we age. It's important to note that while these studies are promising, they're not magic bullets. The benefits observed in these studies came from consistent, long-term consumption of berries as part of a balanced diet. It's not about eating a handful of blueberries once and expecting miracles. It's about making berries a regular part of your eating habits. The beauty of berries lies not just in their health benefits, but also in their versatility and accessibility. Fresh berries are delicious on their own, but they can also be easily added to yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies. And don't overlook frozen berries. They're just as nutritious as fresh ones and can be more convenient and cost-effective, especially when certain berries are out of season. As we conclude this section on berries, I want to emphasize the importance of looking at nutritional claims through a scientific lens. While personal anecdotes and traditional wisdom have their place, it's the rigorous scientific studies that provide us with reliable information about how foods impact our health. By basing our dietary choices on solid scientific evidence, we can make informed decisions that support healthy aging. Now, I'm curious to hear from you. Have you ever changed your diet based on a scientific study you read or heard about? If so, what was the change, and did you notice any differences in how you felt? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story could provide valuable insights for others looking to make evidence-based changes to their diet. As we move on to our 5th superfood for healthy aging, let's shift our focus to a holistic approach to health, considering both physical and mental well-being. This brings us to a food that has been revered for centuries for its health benefits: olive oil. The story of olive oil is not just about nutrition. It's about a lifestyle that embraces both physical health and mental wellness. The history of olive oil dates back to ancient times. In 1911, archaeologists discovered evidence of olive oil production dating back to 6000 BC in Israel. The ancient Greeks believed olive oil was a gift from the goddess Athena, symbolizing wisdom and peace. This historical context reminds us that the foods we eat have been intertwined with our physical and mental well-being for millennia. In modern times, olive oil has become synonymous with the Mediterranean diet, which gained worldwide attention in the 1960s, when researchers noticed that people in Mediterranean countries had lower rates of heart disease despite consuming a diet high in fat. This discovery challenged prevailing nutritional wisdom and paved the way for a more nuanced understanding of dietary fats and their impact on health. But what makes olive oil so special from a holistic health perspective? It's not just about its nutritional content. It's about how it contributes to overall well-being. Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, which has been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation is a key factor in many age-related diseases, affecting both physical and mental health. Let's consider the story of George, a 75-year-old patient of mine who struggled with joint pain and low mood. George had always been active, but his joint discomfort was keeping him from his favorite activities, which in turn was affecting his mental state. We discussed incorporating more olive oil into his diet, not as a cure-all, but as part of a holistic approach to improving his overall well-being. George started using olive oil as his primary cooking oil and drizzling it over his salads. Within a few months, he reported feeling more comfortable in his joints. But what surprised him most was how his mood had improved. He felt more positive and energetic, which motivated him to stay active and social. This anecdote aligns with scientific research on the benefits of olive oil. A study published in the journal Molecules in 2019 found that the compounds in olive oil, particularly oleocanthal, have anti-inflammatory effects similar to ibuprofen. This could explain why some people, like George, experience reduced joint discomfort when consuming olive oil regularly. But the benefits of olive oil extend beyond physical health. A 2013 study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who followed a Mediterranean diet supplemented with olive oil showed better cognitive function compared to those on a low-fat diet. This suggests that the compounds in olive oil may also play a role in supporting brain health as we age. Moreover, the act of cooking with olive oil and sharing meals prepared with it can have positive effects on mental well-being. In many Mediterranean cultures, meals are social events, fostering connections and reducing feelings of isolation, a common concern for older adults. This social aspect of food is an often overlooked component of a holistic approach to health. It's important to note that the benefits of olive oil are most pronounced when it's part of an overall healthy diet and lifestyle. It's not about adding olive oil to an otherwise unhealthy diet. It's about embracing a holistic approach to eating that nourishes both body and mind. When incorporating olive oil into your diet, quality matters. Extra virgin olive oil, which is the least processed form, contains the highest levels of beneficial compounds. Look for oils that are cold-pressed and stored in dark bottles to preserve their nutritional value. Here are some simple ways to include more olive oil in your diet. Use it as a salad dressing, mixed with balsamic vinegar or lemon juice. Drizzle it over roasted vegetables for added flavor and nutrition. Use it instead of butter when cooking or baking. Try the Mediterranean tradition of dipping whole grain bread in olive oil as a snack. Remember, the goal is not just to add olive oil to your diet, but to embrace a holistic approach to eating that supports both physical and mental well-being. This means enjoying your food, sharing meals with others when possible, and viewing eating as an act of self-care rather than just fueling your body. As we conclude this section on olive oil and holistic health, I want to emphasize that true well-being comes from nurturing both our bodies and our minds. The foods we eat play a crucial role in this, but so do our attitudes towards eating and the social contexts in which we enjoy our meals. Now, I'd like to hear from you, but with a twist. Instead of asking about your experiences, I want you to imagine if you could design a meal that's not only nutritious, but also brings joy and connection. What would it include? Think about the foods, the setting, and who you'd share it with. Describe your ideal health-promoting meal in the comments below. Your creative ideas might inspire others to view their meals in a new, more holistic light. As we wrap up our journey through these 6 superfoods for healthy aging, remember that aging is not just about adding years to your life, but life to your years. Each meal is an opportunity to nourish your body, mind, and spirit. Embrace these simple, powerful changes and watch as they transform your health and vitality. Your best years may very well be ahead of you. Now, I invite you to join our community of health-conscious individuals. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and stay tuned for more insights on living your best life at any age. Together, we can redefine what it means to age gracefully and vibrantly. Here's to your health, your happiness, and your future.